Okay, so squats workout, we're actually going to start with hip circles, circling the upper body around the lower body. So abs are tight, and it's not easy, but you're trying not to move the hips. Trying not to move the hips. And taking some nice deep inhales as you make your way around, and then we'll go the other way. So really heading off to the opposite side of the hips and then going way behind, more than you think. Okay, hold center, and now we're actually going to just do a few air squats here. Weight in the heels, come down as low as you're comfortable going without rounding that lower back, and then back up. I'm just going to let the arms swing through here so I can keep it nice and relaxed in the upper body. So our squat workout today, of course, we are focusing on the legs without really saying that, but by way of many different squats, so we get all the glute angles and incorporate lots of a nice balance of quads and hip flexors, or rather quads. Quads are hip flexors, but quads and hamstrings. And of course, because of the mode that we're going to do these in, lots of core strengthening for the abs and the back today as well. Okay, one more squat here. And then take the feet a little bit wider. We're going to alternate coming down into a side lunge and then alternating the other side. So mostly for the purpose of opening up and loosening, stretching the inner thigh. Good, bringing some blood flow even more to the legs. Making sure with any squat that we come back up to a full hip extension at the very top. And one more on each side here. And then turning sideways. So this is where our lunge position. Tuck the tailbone under, lower your back knee, and then come all the way back up. And just to keep the alignment even better, we'll bring the hands behind the head. So it's inhale down, exhale up. You want to feel a nice big stretch at the top of your back leg as you're coming down, and then kick into the front heel to come all the way up. One more. And you leave your hands there if you like, switching sides. Tuck the tailbone under, that's key to make sure you're getting the stretch and not just doing, a set of body weight lunges here. We really do want to open up the hips from the beginning. Okay, last two. And then one more. Okay, now I don't want to give everything away, but we are going to warm up the curtsy squats. So you can split your feet. Lean into the front foot so much that you're only on the tippy toe of your back foot, and then square the hips. So that back hip needs to come around a little bit, and then we're going straight down and straight up without moving the feet. Good. With every squat, a little bit more body weight in the front heel, especially on the way up. And shoulders back, shoulders down. One more here, and then switching legs. So standing on one, other leg goes behind. So at first, when the foot goes back, you might find your hips twist, but then take that moment to rotate. You want both hips in the front seat, and in your mind, coming down, coming up. If your hips are like mine, there's one side that needs a whole lot more adjusting based on some tightness that I have through this outer hip here. Good, again, heavy in that front heel, especially as you're coming up. See if you can relax the shoulders even further down your back. Belly button is in nice and tight, so there's no rounding in the spine anywhere, just hinging at the hip. One more here. And then come up and take the feet very wide. So very wide should just be relative to you being able to keep your knees open over the ankles, down at parallel to the floor, and then back up again. So inhale down, exhale up. If you're super tight in your hips today, you might need to bring your feet a little bit closer together so that the knees aren't rolling in. That puts an unnecessary torque in the knee that they are not going to appreciate. So find that happy medium and then load the heels as you bend coming down, trying to have that tailbone drop behind the knees. Good, abs are tight again. Waking up the core, shoulders are relaxed. Last one here. Okay, so grab your weight. If you're using a dumbbell, I'm gonna lose this extra warm-up layer here. We're gonna start with our first set of squats. We'll go for time. So just for your reference, I'm using this 30 just held up at my chest, shoulders here. And make sure if you are holding for a front squat that you have the weight against your body. We don't want the low back having to do that extra load. Feet are just hip width apart. 30 seconds, as many squats as you can. Inhale down, exhale up. Good, so going by time allows us to all be at different resistances with different equipment. So if you have the opportunity to go as heavy as possible, then choose a weight where you can have good form for 10 reps. Good, if you need to go a little lighter based on the equipment you have, you're just gonna try and go a little faster to make up the difference. One more here. And completely resting just for a moment. Okay. So we're gonna take it from the basic squat all the way to our lateral lunge squat. So the dumbbell again, or your weight is at your chest if you can carry it there. Maybe you have two smaller dumbbells, one on each shoulder, that would be great also. Take the feet quite wide, toes are facing forward. We're gonna come down and up to one side only. We warmed up alternating, but here we wanna really overload. 30 seconds on one side, same side every time. Okay, now feel that baby toe of your outside leg, the one that stays straight. Keep it glued to the ground. Try not to let that toe roll in. And also keep the chin close to the neck. It's gonna wanna lift. Keep it in snug. 5, 4, 3 seconds left. 2, 1. Little break, so you can set that weight down. It's not a long break, but it is worth setting the weight down if it's more than just a few pounds you have there. Getting ready for the other side. Nice, deep, energizing inhale. Okay, here we go, 30 seconds. Coming up. So when you look at both feet, you want both ankles in the same line, same horizontal line. Shoulder blades stay squeezing together all the way down. 10 seconds. Really kicking into that heel. 3, 2, 1, little break. Okay. Definitely heart rate is up now. Okay. So we did our regular squats. We did our side wide squats. Next up is the curtsy squats. Okay, so try to use the same weight. One leg goes behind, and then leaning into the front foot. Square the hips, slowly coming straight down, straight up. Keep in mind, it's a squat, not a bend, so the crown of your head stays level under the ceiling, all the way down, all the way up, abs tight. Try not to let the hips twist. It might feel like you're twisting them just to keep them level. Kicking into that front heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Completely unloading. 15-second break till we switch to the other side. This is good. Starting to prepare. Good, weight on one leg, other foot behind. All right, here we go, 30 seconds. Down, up. Good, so every single time, keeping the hips side by side, both hip bones in the front seat, loading the front heel. Try not to let it shift. 10 seconds. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and completely unload. Okay, sumo squats are next, or plie squats, however you want to say it. This will be the wide squats. I'm going to try and hold in the front once again. If you're good with that, we'll go for it. This is one where you could possibly also just hold your weight low if you wanted to do it that way. So that would be a little bit of an easier way for the upper body. It does, the higher you hold the weight, like if it's a barbell on your back or your chest, more core activation. Here we go. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Keep in mind again, not a bend, but a squat. So the crown of the head directly under the ceiling the whole way down, the whole way up from your torso. It's just like you're in an elevator going straight down. And then kicking through the heels to come up. Good. Fight to keep those knees open over the ankles the whole time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! Woo! Awesome. Okay. Just a nice short break here. We're going to go back to our regular squats. So if you have the option of going heavier, if you're up for that, do that. Otherwise, second set, just reframe your focus here, whether it's going to be strong and fast, slow and controlled, but using the abs, using 100% leg power. Okay, here we go. So starting off, regular squats, feet are hip width apart, toes are just maybe turned out a tiny bit, but not that much, just make it comfortable for you. Here we go, inhale down. And that weight is in the heels. Reach the tailbone back with the abs pulling in. Should feel like you're sitting your tailbone behind the knees. Making sure to keep the chest open and the shoulders back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Load for a little break here. Good, 5 seconds. We're going to go back to our wide side squats. Bring down to the side. Okay, reload. And 30 seconds starts, here we go. All on one side. Good, so important that we're not at all allowing those shoulder blades to come away from the upper back. 3, 2, 1. And here, 15 seconds till we switch to the other side. Yeah, part of the exercise is keeping those shoulders back the whole time so the back stays flat and that there is no rounding there. It's a common, easy thing that can happen. Here we go. Getting ready for the second side. And 30 seconds. So fully relying on that one leg, squat and press. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay. This is getting me. I'm feeling it big time. And I'm warm. Okay. I believe we're doing the plie squats now, the sumo squats, is that right? Okay, so taking it back at our chest, if you can, or this is the other one, the option to hold low. 30 seconds, feet wide. Again, remember, commit to keep those knees tracking in the direction of the second toe, the one beside the baby toe. And then kick into the heels to come up, bracing through the core. Belly button pulls directly to the spine every time. Crown of the head is reaching for the ceiling the whole way. Last 10 seconds. Gonna keep those shoulders down low and behind. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's good. That is good. Okay. We're gonna do one more round. So taking another 30 seconds to breathe here. But here's the plan. On the final round, still timing for 30 seconds, we're gonna take the last 10 seconds to hold the isometric contraction. So in this case, the first set of squats will be holding the last 10 seconds, holding and resisting at the bottom. So you just need to make sure you reserve enough strength to come up and out of that final hold near the end. So 20 seconds of squats, 10-second hold. Here we go, strong finish. Okay, this isn't meant to be easy or comfortable. You don't have to enjoy it. Let's just do it. Let's get the benefits and then we move on. If it's not hard, it's not challenging, it doesn't change us. Here we go. So 20 seconds at your own pace of the squats where the feet are at hip distance apart. Good, even here, being really specific to reach the tailbone straight back behind the ankles, not drifting to one side or the other. And then holding here, 10, 9, 8, fight, 7, abs tight. Weight in the heels, 3, drop the shoulders, 2, 1, inhale up, and then unload totally. Okay. All right, so that's gonna be the pattern for moving forward. Yeah, these are getting my heart rate up today. This is great. So we're gonna take the wide lunge next. I might be rearranging the order on these a little bit. Okay, so side, all of them on one side to start. Okay, and then we'll hold the 10 seconds at the end. Here we go. 20 seconds down and up. Find a rhythm for your breathing. The breathing is the key to keep going. Deeper inhales brings in more oxygen. One more here, we're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then unload. Okay. Yeah. Feeling this. All right. I hope you're working hard with me here. I just need to know that. I can see Susan she's working hard. We're on to the other side. Pick up those weights. Here we go. 20 seconds. Other side. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, fight it, 6, 5, 4, 3, abs tight, 2, 1, come all the way up. And then rest. Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and then we've got our curtsy squats. Okay, the end is near. The end is near. All right. Can't say I'm ready, but we're gonna pick up those weights, cross one leg behind. At least it's only 20 seconds of the down up. Here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, hold near the bottom. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way up. Okay. This effort feels like a 10 out of 10 today. I don't know if it's the Monday or if it's the dumbbell. It could be a little bit of both. Okay, start thinking about the other leg forward. I mean, the good news is this is the last set where one leg is doing most of the weight. So at least we have both legs helping on the last exercise. But first, curtsy, cross the legs. Here we go, 30 seconds. Just taking them one rep at a time. Down, and kick into that front heel. Doesn't matter the angle of the front foot as long as the knee is also going in that direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then holding at the bottom for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 30-second recovery. We're recovering as much as we can in 30 seconds. That final set, that's the plie squat, the sumo squat. The feet go wide, we'll be down and up holding for the last 10. Okay. 5 seconds left. Not touching this dumbbell until I need to. Okay. Ready? Or not? Let's do it. 30 seconds. Down, up. Give it all you've got left. This is it. If you can go any faster on the way up, and then try to spend less time at the top by dropping right back down into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold at the bottom for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, nice and tall. Lean back into the heels. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, come down onto the mat. When you're ready, we're gonna stretch. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I love this part, especially after all of that. Okay, but here's the good thing about a pressing challenge like that, starting with the glute stretch, is for such a short amount of time, the recovery goes on for so long that our metabolism stays increased. That's where the bone density stays strong. We're pulling against the bones. They're maintaining their strength. And just in terms of keeping your body functioning properly and circulation and all of that, with the metabolic rate being a little bit higher for hours after instead of just minutes as you would with cardio, we have all of those extra health benefits of having the oxygen circulate through the muscles, and to get really scientific, the mitochondria continue burning body fat for fuel. We always love that. Most of us. So we're lifting the chest towards the leg. So once you've done both sides, then we're also going to do a stretch for the hamstrings from lying completely flat back. So keep one knee bent, have one leg straight up, the stretching leg, and then pulling that leg forward. If you can reach the toes, great. It's good to experiment with different ways of stretching. So even if you're very tight and you need to bend the knee to grab the foot, being able to grab the foot gives you some leverage that you've got something to kick against. So as long as you're continuously kicking, but keeping an arch in your lower back, so lifting the ribs, lifting the chest, pressing your tailbone down into the floor, while you kick this straight leg as straight, or the upper leg as straight as you can, even if it's not straight at all. Do a couple ankle circles as well. And then see if you can get the leg to go completely straight by letting it lean a little bit further away from you, and then pulling it in from the lower thigh. Or it would be the upper thigh, I guess, if you're talking about the body. Turn the inner thigh in, pull it a little bit more, and then we'll switch. Okay, starting with the grab of the foot. Grabbing the toes, getting that stretch through the calf muscle. So really peeling the toes down towards your shin, kicking up through the heel. Inner thigh rolling in. And then when you're ready, switching to higher anchor points, so you can get the leg completely straight, toes down, inner thigh rolls in. And then turn over onto your front for a quad stretch. If it's a little bit too tight for you to reach back, you can also lie on your side. But let's just make sure it's not a lazy quad stretch. So we need to continue kicking the foot away from the body, using the strength in the arm to keep your heel as close to the hips as you can. But at the same time, kicking, kicking, don't stop kicking. You will miss the best part of the stretch if you're only holding your foot. Try to keep squeezing the glutes, pushing the hips forward as you're kicking, and then we'll switch. The only exception to that really is if you're so tight in the quad that it's really all you can do just to get the stretch. And then of course, then the added kicking is really unnecessary. Good. So again, pushing the hips forward into the floor, squeezing the glutes, and then kicking the foot into the hand, but pulling with the arm. If it feels like work, you're doing it right. Definitely not one of those passive stretches. Good, one more big kick, and then slowly release. All the squats. Good work. Thanks for joining me again today. Let's do this again